There are cars that arrive, make some noise, and disappear into the background. And then there are cars that don't just arrive. They signal a shift, a moment when something changes and you realize the road ahead is never going to be the same again. That's what this car is aiming to do. This is the new BMW iX3, a fully electric SUV with a number so bold it feels almost unreal. 500 miles. That's the official range. Not a concept, not a lab test, but the real-world figure BMW is putting in writing. Think about that for a second. 500 miles from a single charge. It's a statement, a challenge. And if BMW is right, it could make this one of the most important cars the brand has ever released. But here's the twist. This car isn't just about numbers. It's not just about being faster, going further, or charging quicker. It's about BMW trying to prove something, trying to prove that they're not just keeping up with the electric revolution, but that they're ready to lead it. Because the truth is, BMW has been here before, and it hasn't always worked out the way they planned. Let's rewind for a moment. The year was 2013. BMW launched their first fully electric car, the i3. It was quirky, it was clever, it was different. A small hatchback that looked like nothing else on the road, built with lightweight materials, packed with innovation. It was a glimpse of a possible future. But while it impressed the engineers and eco-conscious drivers, it never really broke through to the mainstream. People weren't ready, the infrastructure wasn't ready, and the car itself, while brilliant in its own way, was just a little too far from what most drivers wanted. Fast forward to 2020, and BMW tried again. This time with something far more familiar. The first iX3. At first glance, you might think it shares a lot with the old iX3. The size is familiar, the proportions are familiar, but look closer and you'll realize the details tell a different story. The front end is bold, upright, and confident. The kidney grille is still there, but this time it's more than a design detail. It's a nod to BMW's past, a visual reference to the Neue Klasse sedans of the 1960s that changed the brand's direction decades ago. And if you want to take it further, you can add what BMW calls the iconic glow, an illuminated grille that lights up at night, turning the front of the car into a statement piece. The headlights are sharper, slimmer, and vertical, with daytime running lights that cut into the front like a pair of focused eyes. A horizontal light bar stretches across the nose, tying it all together in a futuristic look. It's familiar, but it's also something new. Walk to the side, and you'll notice the flush door handles. They sit flat against the body until you approach with the key, and then they pop out. It's a small detail, but it changes the way the whole car feels. Smooth, aerodynamic, modern. At launch, there are 6 paint colors to choose from, with 3 more arriving in 2026. Wheels? Standard size is 20 inches, but if you want to go bold, 21 and 22-inch options are waiting on the list. But step inside, and the real transformation hits you. BMW calls it contemporary and minimalist. In plain terms, it's clean, futuristic, and maybe just a little controversial. Why? Because for the first time in years, the rotary iDrive controller is gone. That little dial was a BMW signature. It was the reason their infotainment system felt easier and safer than the rest. While others forced you to jab at touchscreens, BMW let you scroll, click, and control everything with precision. Now, that's over. In the new iX3, it's all about touch, voice commands, and touch-sensitive controls on the steering wheel. Some will call it progress, others will call it frustrating. And here's the thing, you don't really get a choice. This is BMW's vision of the future. The new panoramic iDrive stretches across the dash, a sleek digital display that runs along the base of the windscreen. Instead of looking through the steering wheel, you look. When it comes to trims, BMW keeps it simple. The entry-level iX3 gives you the essentials: heated, power-adjustable seats, wireless phone charging, and dual-zone climate. Step up to M Sport, and you get sportier wheels and styling tweaks. Go all in with M Sport Pro, and you're looking at adaptive LED headlights, upgraded seats, and that illuminated grille that makes the car feel alive at night. The price? £58,755 in the UK. Less than the Audi Q4 e-tron. Faster to charge, longer range. Against Tesla, it's a different game. The Model Y undercuts it, it's wildly popular, and no one can deny Tesla's charging network. But when you line up the numbers, Tesla can't touch 500 miles, and that's BMW's trump card. Production begins later this year in Hungary. First deliveries to the UK are set for March 2026. But here's the thing. This isn't just a car launch. This is the opening chapter of BMW's Neue Klasse era. This SUV is the test case, the proof of concept, the moment where BMW says, "This is our future. Get ready." And that's why the iX3 matters more than just as a car, because when you look at it, you're not just seeing one SUV, you're seeing the DNA of the next 10 years of BMW. The electric 3 Series, the electric M cars, the future of one of the most iconic car makers in the world. So what do you do with that knowledge? You pay attention. You watch closely, because some cars ask you to buy into a lifestyle, others ask you to buy into a future. The iX3 is asking for both. And when a car does that, the real question isn't just, would you buy it? The real question is, what happens if you don't? Because here's the truth. If BMW delivers on these promises, the road will feel different in a few years. Range anxiety? Gone. Charging delays? Shrinking. Comfort? Space? Performance? All taken to another level. The iX3 is more than just a vehicle. It's a signal that the game has changed. So I'll leave you with this. Don't just treat this as another car review.